Hey guys, it's your girl Tina. I want to go ahead and shout out Devin Brown. Devin Brown and several people want to know my opinion on this whole situation concerning our favorite R&B singer, August Alsina. So what's going on now is that over the weekend, August Alsina was crowd surfing down in Little Rock, Arkansas at a concert that he was having. And while he was on top of this man's shoulders, a bunch of females started grabbing his clothes and everything, and somebody reached up and grabbed his hat. And August flipped the hell out. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys a news clip. Yes, this made national news. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys a news clip and I will come back with the rest of my commentary.
Snatch R&B singer August Alsina's hat off his head during a performance. Alsina is most widely known for his hit single, I Love This. He says the hat has sentimental value. As Fox 16's Deidre Wilson explains, Alsina says he wasn't leaving without the hat, and he didn't. And he also didn't leave without sharing a few choice words for his fans.
Clear Channel Metroplex in Little Rock, so much so, he decides to get a lot closer by getting on top of his security guard's shoulders to do some crowd surfing. Fans start pulling his clothes, and then someone takes his hat. That's what set this 21-year-old from New Orleans off on a cursing tirade.
Any here that just took my let me down, T.
He is even heard saying he would start a riot if he did not get his hat back. Deja Blue is the promoter who brought Al to perform his hit single, I Love This.
My street team saw the person that snatched the hat off, so they went over there to go get the hat. They got the hat from the girl, and as soon as the girl turns around to give his security the hat, they jumped on her.
Deja Blue says that's when the crowd went wild, fighting. You can even hear tasers going off.
The video you see is totally from a different video that we have, because we have our own cameraman there as well. And from my aspect of it, it's like it's very bad.
Little Rock made headlines on major websites the music industry looks to for news, like Vibe, Hip Hop Wired, and Hot New Hip Hop, just to name a few. Little Rock police say no report was made, and their only involvement was to move concert goers outside and get August Alsina, who canceled the rest of his show, to his vehicle. And as summer approaches, LRPD says here's some advice for those headed to concerts.
Once they're there, keep your hands to yourself. Definitely don't touch the entertainers. If you sense something in the air about something about to happen, leave immediately.
And that's exactly what August Alsina did.
It was very, very bad for him.
But not before he left his fans with some memorable lyrics. In Little Rock, Deidre.
Alright, so you guys just watched the news clip, and to watch the full video of him flipping out, I'm going to go ahead and post that link down below so you guys can watch the full and edited video. I'm not going to put it in here because it has his music embedded in there. So this is my thoughts with the whole situation. So after this happened, his peoples came out and said that the reason why he flipped out like that was because it was a hat from his deceased brother. Like I stated on Facebook, I call bullshit. I feel like the only reason why they're saying that this is his deceased brother's hat is to once again basically deflect from his actions, okay? I've noticed that August has been doing a lot of crazy things lately, and a lot of people, including myself, have been giving him passes because he's fine. Let's keep it real. The boy is fine as hell. I know he's young, no pedo, but he's beautiful. He has pretty eyes, a cute nose, high cheekbones, beautiful teeth. He has very beautiful features. He's a fine-ass young man, okay? Now that I've gotten that out the way, I feel like a lot of people excuse his bullshit because he's fine. If this was Chief Keef, nobody would co-sign this bullshit. Let's keep it 100. If this was Chief Keef, a lot of folks would be dragging his ass, but because it's August and he's a cute young man, folks make excuses for him. So after everything went down, a lot of folks had opinions on the whole situation on Twitter. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the memes right now, and then I'll come back with the rest of my commentary. was his brother's hat, because to me, when it's something that's that sentimental to you, you're not going to wear it on your head. And even if you do, you're not going to jump into a crowd of adoring fans. This is not the first time that he's jumped into a crowd surfed and flipped out. When he was in Minneapolis a few months ago, he had did the same thing. He jumped into a crowd and he got upset because some chicken had grabbed his dick, and he started flipping out and going off. This is what these female fans do. To me, he shouldn't have been crowd surfing, because that's what females do. And to me, the whole situation just looked odd. How are you crowd surfing with your balls on the back of some man's head, singing, and then jumping off of his shoulders, and then screaming and trying to G-check a bunch of women in the next breath? You know, the whole situation was just odd. And then I also feel like these people paid their money to see August. And regardless of the situation, he should not have canceled the show. He needs to be more professional. He had no business cussing out the crowd and canceling the show. What August needs to understand is that he's still new in the industry. A lot of folks who had that same attitude, they want to bring that hood mentality with them to Hollywood, and it just does not work. You won't last long in the industry pulling tricks like this. You won't last long in the industry disrespecting your fans, going off on your fans, you know what I'm saying, canceling concerts that people paid for. It's not cool. It's not cool to the people who supported you. Do I agree with the person taking his hat and stealing his hat? Nah, I don't. I feel like people should have enough respect and be mature enough to keep their hands to themselves, because artists are people just like you and me. I don't want nobody grabbing on me and feeling on me and pulling my hat off. You know what I'm saying? So I would have the same respect for that artist. But a lot of people don't have that mentality. A lot of folks are starstruck and they feel like they need to run up and grab on people and you know, just act a fool. So he needs to be aware of that. That's what people are going to do, especially female fans. Some women just don't have any type of self-control. That being said, you can't jump into a crowd of people with a bunch of jewelry on, with a sentimental hat on. You know, you just can't do it. A lot of folks co-sign and make excuses for him basically based on his looks alone. I want August to put his best foot forward. I feel like this young boy was blessed with an opportunity. He's been on YouTube singing since he was 13 years old. He lost his brother. I want him to take that loss of his brother and use that to fuel him to do something positive. I love his music. I put money in his pocket. I bought his CD. I feel like he has a story to tell, and I feel like he needs to tell that story and stop being sidetracked by bullshit and stop flipping out so much, because he's starting to lose a lot of his fan base. He's starting to turn a lot of people off with his attitude. You know, it wasn't too long ago that he had posted that picture of him hanging himself on Instagram, and I understand it was for a music video, but a lot of folks were turned off when he did that, because a lot of folks compared that picture to him lynching himself. Then before that, he had cussed out Keisha Shantae. Now he's flipped out again in concert. So I feel like he's been known more for his controversy than his music. So I hope that he gets back to just focusing on the music and doing what he got to do. He has a lot of support out here, but what you don't want to do as a new artist is turn off your support base, is turn off your fan base, because once you do that, there's no coming back from that. Like I said on Facebook, XTQ, the young man who could sing his ass off, who was fine as hell, he sung that song West Side back in the day, but because his attitude was too real for the industry, he never went anywhere. And I don't want to see August go down that same path. So anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. How do you feel about August jumping into the crowd and G-checking these females over a hat? Do you feel like he has an excuse to do that because it's his brother's hat? Or do you feel like he needs to be more professional? And then do you feel like people make excuses for August just because he's young and because he looks good? Because it seems like they don't make the same excuses for like a young person like Chief Keef, who happens to be even younger than August. So go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. All right. Deuces.